I was a bit much.
Crap, my chewing gum. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. This is disgusting. Archie is gonna kill me for spitting my gum out yesterday just because I needed somewhere to put it because it was making me feel sick and now it's melted in the heat. He's gonna tell me off even more for doing this. Don't mind me while I air my armpits. I need to head to the bank and just sort some stuff out. And then hopefully I can take my dogs out to the beach so they can enjoy a bit of ocean breeze. Do you think that's why dogs are so happy? I mean, like last week I was at the beach and it felt so good to walk barefoot on the sand. And you know what it's like? It feels amazing to walk barefoot in the grass. And I first heard of the term grounding from Kyle. Basically, the gist is the electrical energy from the ground actually has healing and positive benefits to the body. So yeah, when you're able to walk barefoot on the floor, you absorb that energy and you can sleep better. It can help with inflammation. I know these days it's hard because there's concrete everywhere, but I guess that's why the beach felt so good. I wonder if that's why dogs are so happy because, like, you know, they don't wear shoes like us. I've gotten like quite tan these days. You can see my Apple Watch strap where it was. So I've got like these tan marks here. It's so hot lately that it forced me to go out and get some tank tops. So one of them I'm wearing already and I think the color goes with the tan really well, but it's so breezy and comfortable. I felt so good in it. So this was from New Look and this is also from New Look as well. I like wearing tank tops where it's like flowy because not only is it comfy, but I bloat very easily. It just feels better to wear something that's loose. So this one's got little daisies on it. Also from New Look, I've been really drawn to like the color jade. So I'll try these on for you guys too. This is just a t-shirt. Again, they're all very like flowy. I do not want to wear anything tight lately. Polka dot dress for Ayla. Something comfy. Got some shirts for RG. He's very basic when it comes to his clothes. He doesn't like to wear designer or anything. He just likes to wear plain colors. So he's so busy that it's just easier for me to get some plain t-shirts for him. But like, yeah, I think I get his color scheme. Usually it's like khaki, navy, maroon. Like that's his color palette. I got bath bombs because the kids, who doesn't love bath bombs? So this is the J top. Ignore the bra strap. It's supposed to be worn like this, but I love the color. Again, I think it really goes well with a tan. There's also white, but I don't have many clothes in this color, so I thought it'd be pretty for date night. Is it the most flattering? I don't know, but it's comfy. This one is supposed to be t-shirt. I knew on me it would become more like a dress. Not that I would wear this without shorts, but comfy and cute, flowy. Yeah, back in this one, it's just so comfy. I was running errands in it all day and I felt so breezy. I am currently naming Isaac's clothes, just labeling them. My best friend, she got me these fabulous labels and you just iron them on and they stay for the longest time. I got these for Ayla a little while back and since she's going to start nursery this term, they will be super handy. Super duper cute. If you guys are wondering what they're called, it's called Stuck on You. I hope you guys have had a nice weekend. I had the best weekend, guys. This weekend, how many times have I said weekend, was catered around the dogs and family. So RG and I visited Granny Bub's and we went for a nice walk together. RG actually visits his parents' grave every single day. And one day he asked about my grandfather and I told him it's probably been close to 10 years since I visited him. And I mentioned, you know, Chinese, well, for my family, you have to pick a certain date to go, and back then I was always in Hong Kong, or I just always missed the opportunity. It was always just my dad and my mom and my granny and all going, and yet when I used to ask, they couldn't exactly tell me where it is in a cemetery. It's one of the biggest, I think it is the biggest cemeteries in Northern Ireland, and you can drive through it, driving paths inside, and my family couldn't really tell me. And he was like, we'll find him. And then spontaneously we decided to go, and we spent almost an hour, probably even more than that, and under the hot sun just searching grave after grave. My mom told me it was sectioned. It wasn't. And then Anta said it was, but I knew it wasn't. Have some sort of recollection, and I just, judging from my memory, I just thought this isn't a plot. Probably circled over and over about 7 or 8 times, and thankfully I find him. And it broke my heart because he was one of the few ones where he didn't have any flowers. So of course we rectified that, got it cleaned up, put some flowers there, but I definitely want to put more things on. It just felt really good just sitting there with my grandfather. It was a beautiful day. I was just sitting there and just putting the roses on, and you know, just you kind of telepathically talk, and so much has happened since then. Last time I saw him I wasn't even married, and so much has happened since. So I meant a lot. Congratulations, it's a boy. Look at the shape of you, huh? We just give him a bath. So we're going to dry him up. We are grabbing dim sum for the first time in almost 2 years. Gogo loves this stuff. Hamster got his favorite. Sticky rice. After about 10 days of heat wave, we finally have rain, and it actually feels quite nice, guys. Also, let me just try to park this. I'm just leaving the Asian supermarket. Had to grab some tofu. They ate so much at Yamta. It's actually been closer to 2 years since I've been to a dim sum place. I used to eat there all the time, and I just kind of avoided it because, you know, naturally in a dim sum place it's going to be filled with Chinese people, and for a while I just avoided it because I didn't want to really see relatives. I knew people would probably come up and ask and say things. I'm not necessarily, you know, in a intrusive way, but it's just I didn't really want that. So I was kind of afraid for a while, I guess, or afraid, didn't want to deal with it. Same thing. But yeah, today I actually plucked up the courage to go. Felt good to break that mold, because it's just been far too long, and it was good to see the owners again. People who work there are always so nice and so good to the kids. I have a click and collect to pick up from Madeline. I just bought some like trousers and socks, just trying to get Isaac ready for school again. I want to be prepared. I felt like, you know, when Isaac was in primary 1, I was very on the ball, you know, and then there was a period of time where I felt like I lagged behind a little bit and I was struggling. But this year I want to be so prepared and so on the ball with everything. I mean, like, I'm proud of myself. I think I did well. I'm glad I've got the mental capacity to want to do these things. What a mess. We're all tangled and stuck in traffic. Sorry. Picked up my click and collect. Okay, we can go home now. We're home, and I'm just trying to figure out how to build this wooden den. It's basically just wooden poles, so it makes like a frame, and you just drape things over it. And it actually fits a single bed inside perfectly. But yeah, they've kind of like had their own way of dealing with it. I realized I forgot to show you guys how the dogs looked afterwards. What do you guys think? So yeah, this is what I'm currently reading right now, guys. Ayla just turned 4, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been struggling with her, and I just want to know how I can assist her. Usually when people think of discipline, they think to punish or so people obey, but the word discipline actually comes from the word disciple, and I just want to be a good teacher. And the thing is, I'm also a student actually, right? I'm learning in this as much as she is. So I've heard really wonderful things about this book. I just want to learn more about my child and how I can help her. And I think a lot of times these days people just focus more on like getting a quick response, so parenting is made easier. But I want to like in long run. Ironically, I have not really been able to read much of this yet, just because like by the time I put the kids down, I'm so tired that I don't have it in me to read it. But the kids are currently in England. They got there yesterday and they'll be there for the next few days to visit their cousins. But yeah, hopefully I'll get more time to read this book. Now, another book that I want to share with you guys is a book that's critically acclaimed and has been recommended to me by actually quite a few of you guys. I've read about this much, and I read it even when I was like really tired. But I'm mind blown by this. I have to admit, this book was not easy to read in a lot of parts, especially with some of the case studies. I feel like when I read stories like this, I end up absorbing a lot of it and it really gets me down. I needed to read it to understand more about trauma, and it teaches you how the brain works. So yeah, I'm reading this because I want to learn more and I want to get better. I don't want to bleed on the people that I love, so this is the book. The Body Keeps the Score. I know I was happy that it started to rain again, but now I really miss the sun. There really is no pleasing when it comes to us in Northern Ireland. I'm still smiling that I got to see my gongo. I can't believe he's been gone for that long, really. And I took a picture of my grandfather's grave, and every day I find myself looking at it, and I just think, oh, it would be so great if RG met my gonggong, or if I got to meet RG's parents. But yeah, I love that like we can keep them alive by talking about the stories. 2020, we both were dealing with loss in different ways. So I love that we could lean on each other, and it meant a lot that he came with me to find my grandfather. Anyways, I'm gonna just take it easy today. I've got a bit of a headache and some cramping going on. But yeah, I missed you guys.